send him to outer space. Find another race. I'm gonna send him to outer space. Find another race. I'm gonna send him to outer space. Find another race.
Stuart Level scoring with a fine header. But Stoke showed their scoring potential with Mark Steen equalising, his 11th goal of the season. Then Stoke took the lead. Steve Foley's first for the Potters since signing from Swindon. But Reading hit back. Craig Maskell's corner swept home by Adrian Williams, 2-2 at half-time. The game then swung Reading's way on the hour when Mick Gooding scored with a terrific volley. But Paul Ware made it 3 apiece with a long-range shot that left Keeley helpless. Stoke were finally gifted all 3 points when Keith McPherson scored an own goal trying to clear Wayne Biggins' header. Final score, Reading 3, Stoke 4. Nigel Dean, Coast to Coast, Elm Park.
Home banker of the day, it looked like Stoke City top of Division 3 against Hull City from the depths of the division. So perhaps just a hiccup when Ronnie Sinclair blocked Graham Atkinson's shot, only for Lee Jenkinson to find the net after just 4 minutes. Stoke's fans were then stunned by a second roar from the Tigers. This time 4 minutes into the second half, Hockaday's shot didn't get through, Atkinson's did. That really stung Lou Macari's side. This time it's Pettis who finds the shot too hot to handle. Paul Barnes forces the ball across the line. Critically though, Hull re-established their 2-goal cushion within 2 minutes, and this must rate as one of their best goals of the season. Dean Windus's pass taken in his stride by Jenkinson, and then after his favourite shimmy created the space, the final shot fairly whistled into the net. Try as they might, Stoke never recovered from that, though they did produce an excellent goal, Mark Steen's angle shot finding the corner and setting up a tense finish which Hull survived to avenge a defeat by Stoke a few weeks ago. Stoke 2, Hull 3.
Turn up for the book on Saturday with Hull winning at Stoke, the leaders. Bury at the Victoria Ground tonight with only 1 point from their previous 5 games. Rob Palmer.
Things have cracked up a little of late in the Potteries. The Birmingham defeat and pitch invasion, humiliation at home to Hull. The life's never been easy for Lou Macari.
And we had a hiccup, we had more than a hiccup at Birmingham. We were pleased with the result, 1-1, but obviously there's other things we weren't pleased with. We went on to Hull City, and in fairness, you know, on the day we played poorly, got punished for mistakes we made and lost the game, simple as that. Good opportunity for us to bounce back.
Stoke had Kevin Pressman on loan from Sheffield Wednesday making his debut in goal, but it was the opposite number 1 Gary Kelly who was overall the busier. Roger Stanislaus also using his hands, but not intentionally. Stoke attacked at almost all costs and it backfired. Ian Stevens had his shooting boots on, his 15th of the season. His 16th was almost identical. Cruel for Stoke that it went in off the post. But Paul Barnes used the woodwork to his advantage for a City consolation.
very familiar ring about the Stoke City side. It was in fact the Birmingham lineup inadvertently held over from that midweek defeat at Plainwall. And Saturday's game seemed to be following the same pattern, with United taking an early lead against more illustrious opponents.
Oh, what a terrible ball. And an excellent effort. It's in! Extraordinary goal by Mark Doby. A dreadful mistake by the Stoke defence. But Doby did so well there to put it past the keeper, Kevin Pressman.
But this time, Torquay were determined not to let things slip. With player coach Wes Saunders in splendid form at the back, they kept Stoke at bay for the remainder of the game to chalk up a memorable victory. United still looked doomed, but after this result, anything could happen. Torquay 1, Stoke 0.
Oh, I want your love, I need your love.
Towards Biggins, who's so dangerous in the air! And what a start for Stoke City! Wayne Biggins! Oh, it's a fabulous header. He seemed to be really stretching. And it was a classic strike beyond the grasping fingers of Ian Bennett. Goal number 26 for Wayne Biggins. And just look at the power there on the header as it's flicked beyond the goalkeeper. Yes, there's a lot of height at the back for Peterborough. They had no answer then to the prolific goal-scoring power of Wayne Biggins. Good strike, and there's another one! He's done it again! Two goals for Wayne Biggins. But no. Now, what is the referee doing here? The goal's given.
Yes, I think the referee, David Ellery, was a little bit disappointed there that Wayne Biggins, it's a strange rule this, the police and the officials have made it clear that they don't want people over-celebrating when goals are scored. But to be fair to Stoke, I don't know what you're supposed to do. And you score two goals like that in a minute from the same player, I think you're almost entitled to over-celebrate. But that really is a sensational start, and I don't know if Biggins has got a knock or he's got a tear in his eye.
Well, he's they're taping up his ring there. And, well, they won't curb his celebrations. And the goalkeeper couldn't keep it out. It squirmed away from him. It was a bad back pass sent from Kevin. They found Riley. Charlery now in towards Sterling. And a chance, and Household. It's 2-1. Certainly no question here of Peterborough just sitting back. It's Robinson chipping it on. Charlery! And almost scrambled in. Charlery scored now. It's 2-2. And this is a dramatic comeback by Peterborough. They were out for the count with only 5 minutes gone. Robinson. Is it scored in? Yes. Quick on towards Mark Steen. Heath again. Now, could be something on here, and it's Sanford. 3-3. Lee Sanford, who scored a couple of goals in one of the earlier rounds, is in the right place again.
went in front with a move which seemed to go on and on. Only John Rose helped to move the ball out to Dalton. He set up Paul Cross to do just that. And when it was half cleared, Paul Olsen's volley was the latest of Pool's many spectacular goals this season. That was a good goal, but Stoke's equaliser had Division 1 class stamped all over it. Adrian Heath turned well before picking out Mark Steen with a clever pass, and his finish gave young Jones no chance at all. But there was no disgrace for the teenager, and Alan Murray could have made Pool's latest find. Stoke City keep on course for a return to the second division, but Hartlepool have to think what might have been.
Pack it up, pack it in, let me begin. I came to win, battle me, that's a sin. I won't ever slack up, punk, you better back up. Try and play the role and you're the whole crew will act up. Get up, stand up, come on, throw your hands up if you got the feeling. Jump up, touch the ceiling, monsters of funk flow. Someone's talking junk, yo, I'll bust them in the eye. And then I'll take the punks out, feeling funky. Amps in the trunk and I got more rhymes than this cops at a junkie. Donut shop, sure enough, I got props from the kids on the hill with my mom and my pops. I came to get down, I came to get down. So get out your seat and jump around, jump around, jump around, jump around, jump up and get down. Jump, 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 everybody jump, 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 everybody jump. That's where with the right.
Incentive. It was an awesome strike by Paul Ware. And it's all over. And Stoke City have made it to Wembley. Lou Macari returns for the second year running. There's the man whose goal has settled it, Paul Ware. Drafted back into the Stoke side. The pickets out. And his contribution has been to score the vital goal.
And I felt that it was in the first half when Stoke had to defend with so much sense and composure. They had this centre-back game. Noel Blake particularly, who wasn't part of the first game, he's played a very strong game tonight for them, and Peter Fox behind him was equally praised. It's been a good occasion, it's been a good game, but my word, it was cold and it was difficult.
And the autoglass, which gives, as we've said once or twice tonight, third and fourth division teams an opportunity that
His side restricted Stoke to a few first-half chances. Steen's the closest to goal, whilst Chester could at least point to neat build-up as they tried to prove they're too good a side to go down. Arthur Albiston's run and good work by Gary Bennett to get his cross in. Lee Sanford almost obliged with the own goal. In the second half, though, Stoke came out inspired. A series of chances for Steen, then Beeston had close-range shots blocked. Steen again with neat work on the left-hand side, this time forcing the opening for Biggins. But the goal came against the run of play. Chester's Gary Bennett getting behind Noel Blake, finishing perfectly and setting off on a lap of honour at speed. Stoke threw everything forward in desperation, but this wasn't to be their day. Ashley Grimes bringing a great save from Billy Stewart. Stoke had gone 7 games without defeat, but when a late chance for Beeston was well saved by Stewart, they were left to hope that Brentford slip up against Fulham tomorrow. As for Chester, they look safe.
chance for Steen. Oh, a glorious opportunity there for Mark Steen, who's normally a cool customer in front of goal. Such is the pressure this afternoon. He fired wide from an almost unmissable position. Not paying off. Corner kick. Patterson with the corner kick. Oh, that was cleared off the line. It's in Mark Seagraves. Seagraves' very first goal for the club. Brilliant. Bolton 2, Stoke City 1. Well done, Mark Seagraves. He's been trying so hard for that in recent weeks. Derby. Stokes. Oh, a collision there with Stokes. Stokes down there. Really, it's getting a bit nasty out there now. One or two bodies flying in. Well, also, I must be enjoying it now. Fortune, something like our best form this afternoon. That's number 8, Carl Beeston, being booed by the referee. That's a red card, sent off. No arguments about it, he's sent off. Red card there for Carl Beeston. Phil Brown, it's a good ball for Patterson for Walker. Yes! Andy Walker, goal number 18, and £160,000 a bargain buy. Well done, Walker. Player of the year at Burning Park. Bolton 3, Stoke City 1.
The first game in the trilogy between Stoke City meeting the first leg of the playoffs. Playing them here today, on Wednesday, and then dare we mention it, next Saturday at Wembley. Good header by Barris over Biggins. Biggins turns, gets brought down. Gannon goes down, and the captain, Stoke's captain there, certainly stuck the head on Jim Gannon then. And a naughty bit of play by the Carl Beeston. And I can't see that the Stoke captain has any right to defend himself. Certainly butted Jim Gannon on the nose. A little bit of an eyeball to eyeball. And the number 8 lost his cool. Almost just on the edge of the box. And Stoker really lost the cool now. Davy Frayne with the kick. Leaves it for Ward. Ward, a great goal! 1-0! What a goal!
Saturday morning, the Potter's invasion makes ready to invade London. Around 40,000 Stoke City supporters appear ready to make this a very special day. One wonders if there are enough coaches in North Staffordshire to carry them down to London. Here's a coach of another kind. It's a pretty important one too. It's Stoke City's official team coach, as the sign says. Here the players, having relaxed and sunned themselves at their health farm in Bedfordshire for 2 or 3 days, are now ready to do the business, as they say in football. The professional job about to be done, they're ready to leave for Wembley itself. But now it's time to go. I hope he puts his tie on. Come on, Dennis. He's been driving since 1984, you know, this coach driver. Dennis is his name. He's a real character. The players love him. He's the butt of most of their jokes, but for him and the rest, this is a very big occasion. And let's just unwind, shall we, with a little bit of soul music, courtesy of Vince Overson and friends. Well, it's all smiles on the coach, isn't it? But despite that, I think you'll find there's quite a bit of tension among those players. It's an hour's drive from Bedfordshire to Wembley Stadium. In that time, the players relax, chatting, swapping stories, and a little bit of cards at the back of the bus as well. And at last, our first sight of Wembley Stadium itself, those twin towers we hear so much about. It's been some while since Stoke City and their supporters saw them. They're going to enjoy every last moment of this day. And here's the welcome party. Thousands upon thousands of Stoke City fans who've made the journey down to London. And here's their first glimpse of the team. And if you think this is impressive, wait till we get inside. There's no doubt at all that these Stoke City fans, despite the fact it's the Autoglass Trophy and perhaps not the FA Cup final, one of the premier competitions in British football, they're going to enjoy this day come what may. It's been some time since they've enjoyed a major visit to Wembley, and they're here in their thousands this afternoon. Has anybody seen a Stockport County supporter yet? Apparently a few of them have just arrived in a taxi.
Stoke City have brought something like 40,000 with them. There's really less than 60 in for this one. Well, I think they've emerged into the sunlight, been seen for the first time by those hordes of supporters. We talk about it so often, David, but the definitive footballer's dream, this, isn't it? To tread the turf at Wembley.
Yes, because it's the one game that it's going to be televised. They're going to have a video of it. They're going to relive every moment. They know where their families are and their relatives, more or less, in the crowd, and they put their hands up and wave. They can't really isolate that individual person they're waving to, but they know that they'll be responding, and it's their families and their children, and as I say, the relatives, they're very proud for these players and officials. It's their livelihood, professional football, and to reach a domestic final at the end of a very hard, arduous season is a very proud moment. And you know, these teams have really fought through to this the hard way. You know, when you look at Stockport, 2 semi-finals with Burnley, to get through that in view of Burnley's promotion is a very difficult game. You saw Stoke backing against Peterborough. They really had to work hard to get here. It's been a prize worth fighting for, and I'm sure the supporters now are beginning to realise that the tournaments other than the FA Cup and the League Cup are tournaments well worth playing for and fighting for to bring them to this proud day.
Familiar face, Bobby Moore, England's '66 World Cup skipper, of course, guest of honour here today. He'll make the presentations a little later.
Yeah, it's good to see Bobby. He was ill, of course, earlier in the year, but he's looking much healthier now, and he's doing some considerable commentary for radio in the London area, and he's a face that is going around seeing quite a lot of football now, and I think he enjoys what he sees. I think there's a return to a better feeling about the game. I think less teams are trying to stifle the game, and of course Bobby Moore was the most wonderful centre-back who could drift the ball around the field in magnificent fashion, and of course everyone remembers that magnificent 1966 year when he lifted the Jules Rimet trophy here.
Don't we just? The greatest living Englishman, Bobby Moore. The family final, I mentioned it a couple of times, really is generally a very open affair.
What a marvellous afternoon in prospect there in the Wembley sunshine. Two entertaining sides meeting for the third time this week. Stockport euphoric from their playoff triumph, but Stoke City, third division pacemakers for so long, determined now to make sure their season doesn't end in total disappointment. So let's check then on the two lineups this afternoon, starting with the Stockport County side. Now, this is the Stoke side then that Lou Macari has chosen to seek their revenge today. In goal, Peter Fox, now 34, hero of the last round, but only playing in the final as Ronnie Sinclair is club-tied. 2, John Butler. 3, David Kevin. 4, Ian Cratson. 5, back after injury, the captain, Vince Overson. 6, Lee Sanford. 7, Tony Kelly. 8, Steve Foley. 9, Mark Steen. 22 goals from Steen this season. 10, Wayne Biggins, even better, 28 from him. And 11, Adrian Heath, who's preferred in the starting 11 to Ashley Grimes. And there really is a tremendous atmosphere around Wembley. Some 60,000, we think, in the stadium. Around 40,000 tickets sold to supporters of Stoke. Darren Knowles now for Stockport. We've got 2, 3 in the middle, including Wheeler. And it's gone in! It's there! No, the whistle's gone. The whistle's gone. Lou Macari, very animated down on the bench, so disappointed that his team were eliminated from the playoffs. And they really threw it away in the last few weeks when they seemed so well placed. Mark Steen, who's had his best ever goal-scoring season. And he's formed this lethal partnership with Wayne Biggins up front for Stoke. He's the club's player of the year. Biggins is the supporters' player of the year. Beaumont. One back fairly in the referee's eyes by Tony Kelly, who's down injured now. Steen going on. Biggins in the middle. Very strong in the air, Wayne Biggins. Wayne Biggins hoping to add to that tally this afternoon. Got a couple of goals in that 3-3 draw with Peterborough. The build-up here by Stockport. Off goes Beaumont. He's got there before Fox too. Still Beaumont. Oh, just too long for Wheeler. And Overson almost put through his own goal. Frame with the shot. Flags up. It wouldn't have counted anyway. Oh dear. Now Heath. Neat kick off then. Steen is clear. Oh, the finish was poor. Very promising move then by Stoke. And rather let down by the finishing of Mark Steen. Counting. He won't be too proud of that tackle. Now Cratson pumping it forward. Here's Heath. On then from Sanford. Now Steen! It's there! Mark Steen has scored! They're off the bench in celebration. And Stoke City have taken the lead. And just look at these scenes here of jubilation among the Stoke fans. It broke then for Mark Steen, and he smacked it home.
Yes, that's the sort of goal you expect from Mark Steen. Over his shoulder, good first touch. They're trying to push out now as the ball's kept in the box. Little nick on from Sanford now. There is a suggestion, I think, the Stoke lads will think, not Steen, but one of the other forwards, possibly Biggins, was coming back on an offside position. But that is a hell of a quality strike. I mean, Steen seems to do that. That's fit enough. That's on a par with Michael Thomas's last week in the FA Cup final, isn't it? It's deflected.
Now there's Mark Steen, and no chance at all for Neil Edwards with the venom on that shot. I think his excitement at Stoke having gone in front got the better of him there. Francis heads it on here. Oh, that's a terrible attempted clearance by Cranston. Francis with a header. He might have made more of that. Good skill then by Ward. They've closed him down very quickly. Now, away comes Foley. He's got Steen away to his right. Biggins powering through the middle. Still Steen. And the shot from Heath. Well, the warning signs were out then for Stockport. They had players committed upfield, and they very nearly got caught on the counter-attack. We're into injury time. And referee Robbie Hart will have some time to add on. Williams takes the free kick. He'll hope to find Francis. Francis heads it on. And safely from Stoke's point of view into the arms, the grateful arms of Peter Fox. A final that really could have gone either way. But it's going the way of Stoke City. They have won the Autoglass Trophy for 1992. Consolation for their failure to make it to the final of the playoffs. Stockport County still have that to come. But this day belongs to Stoke City and to Mark Steen, whose goal on 65 minutes has proved to be the winner here. Celebration for the Stoke players, who were so dejected after their defeat in midweek, but they've bounced back here in style. Welcome back to Wembley, where Stoke City are basking in the Wembley sunshine and in their triumph here in the Autoglass Trophy final. The losers, the plucky losers, Stockport County, have already received their losers' medals. Disappointment for them, but they'll be back to fight another day in the playoff final a week tomorrow. But in the meantime, this is Vince Overson for the second year running then, collecting the winner's trophy. This time in the colours of Stoke City. Last season, of course, with Birmingham City, when the manager was the same man, Lou Macari. Well, he's looking pretty weary, but he won't be thinking about that now. He'll be thinking about holding that cup aloft once again. Vince Overson, the captain of Stoke City. And what a captain's performance he has given today, keeping the huge figure of Kevin Francis in check. And there it is, the Autoglass Trophy, won by Stoke City. Handed over there by the famous figure of Bobby Moore, OBE. What a moment that will be for Vince Overson. Receiving the trophy from a man I'm sure he admires as much as everyone else in football. They're all getting a chance to hold it now. Wayne Biggins, who toiled away up front for Stoke City. His partnership with Mark Steen has been such a success for Stoke throughout the season. And it caused untold problems again today for Stockport County. David Kevin there, behind him Ian Cranston. Each and every player getting a tumultuous reception from the Stoke fans. Ashley Grimes, the other substitute, who didn't get his chance on the Wembley turf on this occasion. But nonetheless, he'll be enjoying it as much as everyone else. And it has made up in a large way for the disappointment of not making the playoff final. That'll be forgotten for the moment anyway, as Stoke City enjoy this triumph here. Vince Overson leading the players back down the steps, and they'll be off, I'm sure, on a victory lap of honour. Now, the man of the match was Mark Steen, and he is going to receive his award from Vic Wakeling, the head of football for B-Sky B. Mark Steen talking now with Nick Collins.
Mark, many congratulations. What a great way to end the season.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we lost on Wednesday, and we owe the supporters something, and it's a great day for the supporters and all the staff at Stoke City.
Your, what, 22nd goal of the season? That was probably the sweetest of the lot, wasn't it?
Yeah, I didn't know too much about it.
There you go, have a look at it.
Lee Sanford touched it on and I thought I might be offside, but fortunately I wasn't, and sort of I hit it well and sort of just delighted it went in.
Here it comes. Here we go, here comes the shot.
I've been practicing them all season and one's gone in for me for a change.
You mean you've been missing them all season? That's a terrific finish, Mark. Let's bring in the victorious manager, Lou Macari. Lou, this really is becoming your trophy, isn't it?
I didn't want to win it next year because I was hoping we'd be in the second division, but Stockport paid to that. We're going to come back next year, we hope and win it again.
A word on the fans that cheered you on this afternoon?
Well, I wouldn't have went back to Stoke tonight, I don't think, if we'd have lost. We disappointed them on Wednesday night, as Mark said. If we'd have come here today and not win it, it'd have been awful. But we made up for Wednesday night. We'd have preferred to have won on Wednesday and been in the playoffs, but we're not. But we hope we've made up for it, and his goal was typical of the performance, I think, today.
Lou, thank you very much indeed. Mark, congratulations.
The main start point for the procession, which is here, the Windmill Pub at Mere Heath. And this is really where it hit the Stoke City players just how important it really was that they'd won the Autoglass trophy. It was a fantastic day, as you can see. Great colour, great excitement. Just to the top corner of your screen there, you can possibly just make out quite a gathering of Stoke fans on that tall pillar there. They were finding any kind of vantage point to try and get a glimpse of the bus. Everywhere you looked on this route into Stoke-on-Trent, there was just a sea of faces. The excitement, the colour, it was just a simply great day with a great atmosphere, all of its own. There's Bob Kenyon, one of the Stoke City directors, enjoying himself. Peter Fox and his children there as well with the cup. Tony Lacey, Ashley Grimes, all very much part of the Stoke City setup that went to Wembley. And that's what all the fuss is about. And so the descent into the Potteries itself. Every garden, every pub, every shop front adorned with colourful red and white, Stoke City supporters out in force. And here we enter Mere and the traffic lights and the left turn into Stoke-on-Trent and into Longton and Fenton and on into Hanley itself. This was one of the high points of the procession home. Look at those fans. Well, from Mere, we've moved to Longton and the shopping mall. Here, shoppers have turned supporters. Shopping baskets have turned to banners. This was one of the high points of the march home. Just look at those Stoke fans. It really is a fantastic welcome home for the team. Yes, have a drink on us, boys. The Duke of Wellington, a well-known hostelry in Fenton. Still, the cheering, the singing, the flag waving continues. The excitement is, well, breathtaking. And now we're just around the corner from our destination, the King's Hall, and here the crowds really start to swell. The boys in blue, or should I say luminous yellow, are out in force, but there's no need for them today. This is a day of pure celebration. Look at those crowds, an absolutely fantastic scene. The city of Stoke hasn't enjoyed an occasion like this for some 20 years. The players confessed quietly on the bus to me they really did have lumps in their throats when they swung round left here to see the scene in the car park. Just look at this. All around, a sea of faces, smiling, shouting, singing, waving flags. It's something the players, and I'm sure you, will never forget. They're all here to see the team and share in a wonderful victory at Wembley Stadium. There's Adrian Heath and Peter Fox still hanging on to the cup. David Kevin, Tony Kelly, Paul Ware, he was an unfortunate man, injured and couldn't play in the final, of course. But he, like they, are enjoying these fine scenes, wonderful celebrations. Young and old alike, it seems. The police, just idle bystanders. They're just here to enjoy themselves. There's Ronnie Sinclair, the goalkeeper, who couldn't play. He was cup-tied, of course, for the final. And Mr. Macari. Now, little story here. He stayed downstairs for the whole journey. This was his first venture up front. His explanation was simple. This, he said, was the players' day.
I just like to say on behalf of all the lads, we all worked hard and you've been brilliant all through the season, and hopefully we can continue it next season. Thanks very much. I think we owed you one there. We didn't think you were going to play us, we're sorry for that, but we've got a bit of silverware anyway. This is for you, like it. Hope you're happy with it.
come knocking. Time to get sensations rocking.